Okay, how are you going, you absolute bloody good-looking legends? It is another day, another gym vlog, and it's upper body day, so that's a good one. Today we're going to be training some shoulders, some boldies, grow some Mickey Mouses, if you know what that means. Mickey Mouse is, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to try and grow some delts today. How are we going to do that? We're going to be using a combination of, actually, before I mention that, I will say that I am experiencing some interesting nerve pain down this shoulder into my arm. It's traveling through my bicep and I guess on the thumb side of my forearm, the what's called radius of my forearm. So I am just going to keep an eye on that. Hopefully it doesn't affect my sessions. Usually I like to push through a lot of issues that I have when it comes to upper body day. Leg day, I don't know why, but they just seem to mentally kick my ass more when I have issues, but I usually just try to grind them out when it's upper body. So I'll just try to push on through, unless if it feels like it's going to structurally cause an issue, so like, you know, my shoulder pop out or something. If it feels like that's happening, or muscular tearing, I obviously hold back. But in the meantime, I'll be jumping in and smashing out some shoulder press. Probably the standard plate loaded. I may mix it up and have a play with something else, but that's probably going to be what I'll do today. Then I'll move over and do some sort of rear delt activating exercise. You know, look, honestly, the dumbbell rear delt row has been doing some magic for me, so I may just stick with that. We'll see how we go. And then last but not least, we're definitely going to finish off on some sort of lateral delt isolator. So probably cables, maybe, or yeah, maybe cables. We'll see. We definitely want to get a bit of a burn happening there. If not, dumbbells are always a good way to go. That's about it, guys. I did some cardio this morning, 30 minutes. I watched some anime while I did it on the elliptical. What did I watch, did you say? Because you're clearly interested in anime. Because you're a nerd like me. And if you're not, well, I watched Solo Leveling, which was pretty sick. Unfortunately, I'm up to date. There's only 6 episodes out so far. Seems like it's going to be a pretty hardcore, cool anime if you're into that shit, which I am. So that's cool. So I usually watch that while either that or some really good Bobby tunes to really get me going on the elliptical, and it summons up some hella energy. So that's good. I am looking to maybe do either a calorie drop or a increase of output. I've got to think of that because I have been losing weight pretty well, but I am just at that point now where I feel like I wouldn't mind kicking it up a level. Again, it's one of those weird things to pull that trigger because obviously what comes with it is weakness, grouchiness, you know, under recovery, a whole bunch of shit because you're obviously taking more out of the body and leaving it less to work with. But we'll see how we go. Either way, done my good shit this morning. I even did some abs. Yes, be very proud of me because I deserve it. That's probably the first ab session that I've done in a long time. So it's good to be getting that back in there as well. But yeah, either way, good start to the morning. And now we're going to head back on in. We're going to smash a can of most likely Raise because it has some higher caffeine. And I am feeling like I'd like to be stimulated before I train some shoulder boys. So yeah, I'm going to smash that. And then not too long after that, get stuck on in. What I mix in my cans, by the way, if you ever wonder if I've ever had it on the counter when I've done it, I mix L-carnitine because I'm in a shred and I want to get better cellular output and I guess energy turnover in my cells. But also I have alpha GPC. I know there's a little bit in Raise, so I try not to add too much, but I like to have around 500 milligrams when I train for multiple benefits, including mood, but also I'm pretty sure it helps with the neural activation when it comes to activation of like the synapse or something. I read it somewhere. Either way, I'll look into that and I'll tell you next time. Either way, guys, I think it is time for us, high time, to jump in the car and head to the gym. So I'll see you there. And always remember to squeeze the juice. Okay, guys, yes, I done fudged. You know what this means. I'm going to be narrating my session. Okay, so let's jump on in. We started with the plate-loaded shoulder press, 3 plates each side for our working sets. My shoulder was feeling mega dicky, so that was why I did the head shake there. As for these next few sets, I just stick to doing reps of 12, which is a bit annoying. Also, I actually filmed the very first set. I filmed one just before that other one and it didn't record. I was a bit pissed off, but it happens. So there's 3 sets of plate-loaded shoulder press, and then I moved over to doing the rear delt rows. Now, I went pretty light with these guys. Because my shoulder, it's a bit of a nerve issue that I've got going on. It's been going on for like 4 years and it comes and goes kind of thing. That's why I get my weekly remedial sessions to help release muscles to let the nerves kind of be a bit more free and mobile. But unfortunately, they just acted up a little bit more than usual. So my left shoulder was feeling really shit, to be honest, and it was shooting into my forearm. Either way, we got it done still. We started doing some single plate on each side, Read Delt Rows, just to really isolate, because at the end of the day, I don't need to go stupid with it. And then I supersetted it with some dumbbell lateral raises. Just with the 10 kilo dumbbells, nothing crazy, just aiming for 15 or a bit more if I felt like I needed the stimulation. Because again, we do want to push the muscles. We need to tell them to grow. The lateral raises were actually feeling pretty nice today, which is always good. Sometimes they don't feel the best, but sometimes they feel pretty dandy. Here's me being a cheeky boy, having a bit of a flex in the middle of the gym. I felt alright. I thought I'd just check the gains. Every now and again, I like to check them. My right shoulder was, this was my right. It actually wasn't looking as great as it usually does. My left was looking better, I believe. And then my back for some random reason on shoulder day. Sneaky boy getting past there. And then just checking out some front stuff. We then went back to our second set of the rear delt rows on the hammer strength isolateral row. Again, really trying to focus on control and engaging that rear delt. I really took my time trying to focus on this, trying to really get the feeling in my head of drawing my elbow back rather than trying to pull the handle, because when you do, you tend to naturally, and subconsciously use your bicep and your forearm to pull the weight. But my job here is to try and stimulate rear delt activation. So I'm really trying to just think about that rear delt turning on and that humeral pull, or that humeral pull back, I guess you can call it. Humeral being the upper bone of the upper arm. Superset it again with some lateral raisey boys. Really good stimulation. It's interesting. I was looking at this video as I was editing it, and I might have to lean over a smidge more doing these lateral raises, because it looks like I was hitting my anterior delt a bit more than I'd like. Set number 3 of doing the rear delt row. This set and last set, and also the next set, I upped it to 1.5 plates on each side. That felt like all I really needed and wanted, and I was doing roughly sets of between 15 to 20, just really engaging a lot of stimulation and control. As due to some nerve issues that I've got in my C5 nerve, I think it is, that's being squished by my C5 and C6 vertebrae in my neck. I can tend to get a little bit of neural weakness and aching in the nerves and muscles. Unfortunately, that's what happens. I'm pretty sure a car accident in 2017 thanks to that. To give thanks for that, unfortunately. Now my third set of lateral raises. Just again there. So I leaned over a little bit to try and get that lateral head kind of popping a bit more, because I felt like my front delts were kind of catching on a little bit. Last set of rear delt rows here. Everything felt pretty fine. It was just, look, the overhead press at the start of the session was just feeling real dicky, feeling real weak, and annoyingly enough, if I start feeling weak in a session, it really plays with my head. I don't actually think my pump was all that bad this session, I wasn't really happy with how my triceps were looking, ironically, but sometimes they pop, sometimes they don't. So it's just how my muscles feel on the day and my nerves firing off feel on the day. I've had sessions where they pop hard, I've had sessions where they just don't. Today was just one of those ones, I believe. I don't know if you guys can see it. I do have my dysmorphia. Last set of the lateral dumbbell raises. These felt really good. Pretty happy to finish strong on these. Judging from the video, I dare say they looked fairly good. A little bit of tension lost at the bottom of the reps, but I don't mind sometimes. But yeah, finished pretty nice. And then there's just me having a bit of a cheeky little look and a little arm flex again. Me doing my usual thing. So yeah, that was my shoulder day, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys had a great day, great session. Squeeze the juice and catch you later.